Shelly's Homemade, and today, guys, we're going to be making some maple glazed chicken drumsticks. And for our maple glazed chicken drumsticks, first thing we're going to do, we're going to roast our chicken in the oven. So I have my chicken that has been washed and sitting here just hanging out waiting on me. Okay, so they've been washed thoroughly. So I have some olive oil here. You can use whatever kind you have. It does not have to be flavored. I so happen to have some rosemary flavored olive oil. I found this at Ross's. It's just a garlic and onion spice blend. You don't have to use this. It's optional. You can leave it out if you don't have it. Chicken powder or chicken bouillon. And some Shelly's house seasoning or your favorite all-purpose seasoning. Okay? So what we want to do now is to get some olive oil all over our chicken. Like so. About a half a cup of some olive oil. You can use vegetable oil if you don't have it. Avocado oil, peanut oil, whatever you have. This helps, not only does it add flavor, but it helps the season to adhere to our chicken. That's what we want. We really putting this oil on here so that the seasoning does not fall off. It adhere. It's good seasoned. It's going to be seasoned all the way through in our oven. So I'm going to start with the chicken powder. So you get about 2 tablespoons of the chicken powder. This is going to go in the sauce too as well. These seasonings is going to go into the sauce. We're going to use a half a cup of maple syrup. Half a cup of maple syrup and a half a cup of soy sauce. Some little hot sauce. Oh yeah, it's going to be flavorful. Alright, we're going to go down here with about 2 tablespoons of our garlic mixture. Use your all-purpose seasoning. If you don't have all-purpose seasoning, some salt, some pepper, some garlic, some onion powder will do just fine, guys. And you just get in here. And if you're going to do that, use like a teaspoon a piece. Because I'm going in with like 2.5 tablespoons of this. We're going to want our chicken to be well seasoned. So now we're just going to toss it up. Just toss it up in them seasoning up like this. It's going to get a nice crispy crunch. And when we put that glaze on that chicken and pop it back in the oven for another 15 minutes, you know, like you do ribs, you just let it cook. But you're going to let these cook uncovered. Because when you're cooking your ribs in the oven, you're going to want to cover them. And I'm not covering these. Make sure you get all those old pesky feathers. Even though these chicken drums and they look like they ain't got feathers on them, you always find a feather on them thighs. And then invest in some good kitchen shears. Because like when you're doing those thighs and that extra hanging skin, cut that off. It's not appealing. It's not eye pleasing. It doesn't taste good. It's got like some bruised stuff. It's not good. And my oven is heated to 425 degrees, guys. So see how I got this mix all mixed up in here. The seasoning on here just smells amazing. Alright, so it's nice and seasoned, nice and coated. I pour over. And then just dump these in here, just like that. Now I'm using my pan. Guys, I'm just using my pan here for easy cleanup. Because not all the time do you want to be washing dishes like that. And this is a family pack of chicken thighs. It's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 chicken. I said thighs. 12 chicken drumsticks, chicken legs up in here. You know. And I sprayed it with some non-stick spray. That also helps it out. So we're going to get these into the oven. When we come back, we're going to make that glaze. Then we're going to take these out of the oven. We're going to glaze it. Pull that glaze all over the chicken and pop it right back into the oven, guys. Now come back. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make that glaze. Now it's time to make the glaze. So I have a half a cup maple syrup. half a cup of soy sauce. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons hot sauce in there. I have some Frank's. And all this is going to help cut through that sweetness of that maple syrup. That's a teaspoon of chicken powder. And homemade. A tablespoon of that. And this is it. And you just mix it all up. And there's your glaze. Now we're going to glaze up. Now if you don't have maple syrup, because maple syrup is really expensive. When I went to buy this, a small bottle of this stuff was like $5-6. So you can either use regular syrup and add more like hot sauce and more seasoning, because that is way more sweeter than the maple syrup. And the reason we didn't put it on with the chicken, because this stuff would burn in the oven. Alright, we're going to put this on our last 15 minutes of cooking. Alright, and that's it. There's your glaze. If you don't have it, you use that. Instead of that, you can use honey. You know, those things would work really, really well. So I use that soy sauce will help cut that sugar, that sweetness. We don't want it really sweet. We just want it to have the flavor. Alright, and you can even cut back on the maple syrup and use a few tablespoons, you know, just to get the flavor in there. Alright, what my recipe calls for half a cup. It's going to be a little sweet, but I added soy sauce and other seasonings to cut that, and the hot sauce also helps cut that, because that vinegar will cut that sugar in half, guys. It will cut that sugar in half. Alright, so I'll see y'all back here when it's time to take that chicken out to glaze it. Alright guys, so this is what the chicken's supposed to look like before we put that maple glaze on it. I'm just going to take this and pour it all over, and take my brush, just brush it over like so, and just let that glaze drizzle right over each chicken individually. And you know, it then fell on the thing, just let it get up underneath it, and that way you ain't got to glaze the bottom. Let's pour a little at a time. Pop this bad boy right back in the oven. And let it just, oh man, look at that. I'm telling you, I be doing the thing in this kitchen, child. Woo! You can't say I don't. I be making. I can bring that food to life. You can turn it over. You can double this if you like. So you could just flip it over and get as much of this glaze as you would like. What I like to do, I like to lift the chicken, let that sauce get underneath of it, like this. Yeah. Like that. I'm just going to pour the rest all over the chicken. just like this. Get it all out. I don't want to waste any of this good stuff. Now it's all in there. Just swivel it around. Let it get on the bottom. Alright, so we're going to get this back into our oven for the last 15 minutes of it cooking. And when it comes back, I'm going to show you exactly what it's looking like. Alright, so we are at the bitter end of the video. And I got my maple chicken here. Looks so delicious, so divine. Oh my goodness. Let's dive in and see. Oh, you hear that crunch? Y'all hear that crunch? Oh man. Let's get into this chicken. And it's so soft and tender. Oh. Oh yeah. This chicken is amazing. Remember guys to like, share, and subscribe. And as always guys, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'm going to see you in the next video.